There's a moment almost every man misses, not because he's blind, but because she never tells him what it means. It happens the instant her arms close around you. Most guys call a hug a simple thing. Hello, goodbye, a friendly gesture. But if you've ever felt a woman hold you a beat too long, or pull away too quickly, or press in and felt your heart suddenly pound, listen closely. I'm going to explain something almost no man learns. Women say more with a hug than with most of the words they speak. Think of this less as romance and more as psychology. Women are often trained to censor their speech, to keep emotions tidy. Their bodies, however, don't obey the same rules. In the span of a single embrace, her nervous system is speaking clearly, and that's why you replay certain hugs in your head at 2 in the morning. Her physical expression is communicating something you weren't taught to read. Until now. Let's begin with the hard fact. A woman rarely hugs a man she feels absolutely nothing for. Even a casual hug carries context. Curiosity, attraction, caution, respect, longing, fear, all can be present in the same embrace. Her brain runs instant checks the moment you touch. Do I trust him? Do I feel safe? Do I want to be closer? Or is this already too close? Those are not words she consciously says. They are sensations her body broadcasts through pressure, placement, tempo, and release. A hug is never just an action, it is a confession. Here's the first thing most men don't realize. Women use hugs to test you. She's watching not only how you hold her, but what your body reveals. Are you confident or tentative? Gentle or rigid? Fully present or distracted? In less than a second, she takes that data in, and it reshapes how she sees you. Her reaction to your energy, the way your shoulders set, the steadiness of your breath, the tension or calm in your body, tells her whether she can soften or whether she should protect herself. Even subtler, a woman's hug shows how she imagines the future with you before either of you has said a thing. If she angling her chest slightly away while pulling you in, she's protecting herself. If she melts into you, that's trust peeking through. When her hands move higher on your back, she's grounding herself. When they stay low and stiff, she's not ready. And the hug that confuses most men, the tight squeeze followed by a quick release, often means she feels something she's terrified to admit out loud. It's desire mixed with fear. Men tend to obsess about words, women speak through feeling. A hug is the crossover point, the first honest signal before words arrive. There's a fraction of a second before contact when a woman decides, in a way only her body can display, who you are to her. If you walk away from a hug feeling confused, hopeful, rejected, or strangely energized, that's because her nervous system just conversed with yours. A hug is a map of how she feels, how she fears, how she desires, and how she perceives your masculinity. Now notice what and where she touches. This reveals her emotional blueprint toward you. Light, brushing hands. She's cautious, palms pressed firmly. That's grounding, connection. Hands resting lower on your back, not sexual, but steadying. Vulnerability, a squeeze that carries emotion, not playfulness. That's instinct. It's her body saying what her mind is not ready to voice. Most men misread these signals because they're too focused on their own inner dialogue. Does she like me? Was that romantic? Is this nothing? You miss the message in the moment because your head is already loud. A woman's hug is not a riddle, it's a message. Learn to read it, and confusion becomes rare. There's a brutal truth few men hear. A woman's hug can be more honest than her words, texts, or behavior. She can force a laugh, she can hide feelings in conversation, she can say she's fine. But when bodies close, emotional reality leaks out. Her hug reveals her level of attachment more reliably than anything else. Let me be direct. If she hugs you like she's afraid of losing you, that tiny tension in her grip, the pause before she releases, the subtle inhale while she presses in, She already cares more than she'll admit. That nervous tightness? Not avoidance, it's fear of feeling too much. She rushes the hug and then pulls back because she's protecting the softness she fears you might break. Then there's the distant but heavy hug. It's a hug of someone attached yet hurt or conflicted. Her arms go around you, but her body feels burdened, not cold, not indifferent, just weighed. She's using your presence to anchor herself while silently pleading, "Don't make this harder." That hug says, "I still care, but something is unsettled." The effortless hug, the one that flows, warm and natural, that's emotional alignment. She leans in without thinking, she softens. That softness isn't weakness, it's permission. She's letting you in without fanfare. And the hug men obsess over most, the linger, is often conflict in flesh. It's long enough to hint at more, short enough to avoid commitment. She wants closeness, but fears the fallout of wanting it. Her body leans while her mind whispers, "Not yet." That tug of war is what creates the hesitation you felt. Please hear this. The hug often tells you where the relationship is heading long before either of you talk about it. It's not a random touch. It's the place where emotional truth escapes the control she exerts elsewhere. If you learn to read that truth, you won't be blindsided. Here's another layer men often miss. A woman's hugs change over time. They reflect evolving trust or retreat. A hug that used to be tight and now feels light means pull back. A hug that used to be brief and now lingers. She's becoming attached. If her shoulders used to be stiff and now they droop into you, she's learning to trust. Those shifts tell you more than a dozen messages she might send via text. And then there is the final, haunting truth. Sometimes a woman hugs you one last time while deciding whether to stay, leave, or pull herself away emotionally. That hug is heavy. It carries memorizing. She's attempting to fix an impression into memory, to answer a question she's too scared to ask verbally. Can I trust this man with my future, or am I hoping he becomes that man? That last embrace is a quiet reckoning. You can't treat a hug casually. To her, it's rarely casual. It's always reflective of her emotional position. Men who feel rather than overthink gain an advantage most never have. They comprehend women not by logic alone, but through presence. So what should you actually do when she hugs you? First, don't analyze in your head. Feel it. Notice the temperature, the pressure, the placement of hands, the rhythm of breath. A woman's hug is a live broadcast of her interior. Listen with your body. If she leans in and relaxes, meet her softness. If she holds back, respect the boundary. If she squeezes with emotion, don't shrug it off. Hold the moment with care. If you want to be precise, the breath and steadiness you bring matter more than strength. Her nervous system mirrors yours. If you breathe slow and even, she softens. If you're jittery, she tightens. Your presence, grounded or frantic, is the first language she reads. And remember, a hug is not a transactional test. It's not, if I hold her long enough, she'll like me. It's a shared moment in which both nervous systems speak. The woman's body is honest. Yours can be too. Show up complete. Hug from a place of calm, not pursuit. Don't try to manufacture something you feel you lack. Authenticity aligns systems. That alignment builds trust. One last point. Watch how her hugs evolve. If they become lighter, she's stepping back. If they lengthen, she's investing. If the nature of her touch shifts, hands higher, hands lower, a firmer anchor, it all maps how she feels about you. The map is there, read it. Now tell me, be honest in the comments, what hug have you never forgotten? Why did it stick with you? Share that moment. If this opened your eyes, like, subscribe, and pass this to a man who needs to learn what she's really saying without words. Because when you understand the language of a hug, you stop guessing and you start knowing. A woman's hug is not a casual movement. It's her truth for a heartbeat. Listen to it, feel it, respect it. and you will understand her in ways most men never will.